Why, hello dear viewer. After a small experiment of me dabbling into the quiz business, it's time to turn my attention yet again to Silksong. But sadly, until further info arrives for the last time, we now come to the final conclusion of my little series on Silksong speculation and lore. Some of you have advised me to do some speculation on a possible release date or release window, but I personally believe that this topic has also been dried out to its bones. It's just a fact that no one can be able to tell when Silksong will eventually release. A few fans have tried the weirdest of possibilities, from trying to solve the release date problem mathematically, or by hoping to message Team Cherry personally. No one aside Team Cherry can tell you when this game will definitely be finished, and while there might be some hints or clues scattered around, going from ominous forum posts to links to Nintendo, I believe the best thing to do is just wait. Enjoy your time, do something productive, or continue doing the stuff which you already like doing, and if the game comes out, you can be happier all the more. Now, where were we? Yes, Silksong. So I did talk about the role of the Weavers in a few videos. They might be the reason for Hornet's capture, they have a role in Hornet's past and possible future, and so on and so forth. Yet their role in Silksong is a bit of a secret, so to say. We only catch a glimpse of a Weaver's face at the end of the reveal trailer, as I mentioned a few times before. Other than that, there are only smaller hints to the Weavers in this upcoming Hollow Knight sequel. There is a blue door which looks kind of similar to the Weaver's design. There is a clip in the reveal trailer where Hornet is seen fighting Lace in the darkened room with silk strings in the background. This darkened area seems to be linked with the location of the captured Weaver, as around it are, you guessed it, strings of silk coming from the ceiling. The whole area seems to be dusty and ancient. The area with the Lace fight, though, seemed to be sort of different. Its most obvious feature is a floor made out of flowers, pale and white in color, which also cover the ominous pipes in the background of the battle. Another striking feature is a golden cage, which also has the symbol of Farloom on top of it. Some viewers have even speculated that this symbol represents the design of the citadel, which crowns the top of the Farloomian kingdom. Other than that, both areas have a few things in common. They are both dark, only illuminated by white objects. They seem to be significant to this game's lore, as both the Weavers and Lace will most likely play a role in Silksong, and they both link back to our protagonist, Hornet. Now you might be saying, well, yes, that's pretty obvious, like doing smart brains, of course our protagonist has to be there, it's part of the game after all. Forgive my wording, but story progression in these areas seems to be of the utmost importance to Hornet and her arc. After all, in the flower room, she fights Lace, a villain whose motives are unclear, but who is determined to stop Hornet along her journey, probably fought multiple times throughout this adventure. Maybe Hornet is close to unraveling this kingdom's core and secret, its utter foundations and machinations, which will tear it down completely. On the other hand, the Weaver room shows Hornet standing in the middle of the screen, silk violently flailing around her, winds clearing up the dust, and Hornet shouting loudly. It seems that Hornet has reached a critical part of this game. Maybe she's getting some new magical power from this Weaver behind her. Speaking of this creature, it seems to be in some form of cocoon. It is possible that this isn't even an alive creature, but simply a Weaver mask, possibly a magical relic of the Weaver clan. But what does this all mean? Well, here, dear viewer, as I often do, I want to go into speculation. My theory I lay here. Warning, this is perhaps spoilery if it's correct, maybe not, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then I don't know. I mean, I can't confirm that this is correct, but still, here's my theory for the story. After leaving the Kingdom of Howlness, the Weaver clan set off for a journey into No Man's Land in search of a new home. On their way, they came upon the Kingdom of Farloom, a land full of different creatures and characters alike. Yet by some twist of events, the Weavers were captured by some group. Some might suspect the cult, which I described in a previous video, others might say another organization is at play here. Brought into factories or some other location, the Weavers were forced to produce magic silk. Due to their magical powers, the captors hoped to harness the clan's magic for their own gains. And while the silk produced by the Weavers proved useful, it also ultimately set off the kingdom's downfall, as Farloom was struck by a curse, possibly of Weaver origin, perhaps from other sources. Desperate, the captors set off to find new silk-producing elements and track the Weaver's route back to their old kingdom. In it, they found Hornet, daughter of the Pale King, weakened by her fight against the Hollow Knight, or something else, who knows. Sensing her Weaver origin, Hornet was taken and brought back to Farloom. Here the events of the intro of Silksong transpire, and Hornet must now save her clan and the kingdom from sure destruction. Now, this is only a vague idea. It might be completely wrong, and probably is, and it might have some lore holds. What do you think, dear viewer? What is your view on the Road of the Weavers in Silksong, of these ominous factories in a sense, where the weavers lay struck? What do you think of my story idea? Is it bonkers or pretty close to your own ideas? Tell me your answers in the comments below, and speak soon.